France, 1789, a year that would forever alter the course of history. A date etched in history, marking the dawn of a new era. It marks the beginning of the French Revolution, a monumental uprising that would shake the foundations of society. This wasn't just a change of rulers, it was a profound transformation of the very fabric of French society. It was a seismic shift in ideas. The old order crumbled, giving way to new ideologies and aspirations. A new France, built on the principles of liberty, equality, and fraternity, was born. These ideals would become the cornerstone of modern democracy. The French Revolution was a chaotic time filled with both hope and despair. It was a period of great upheaval, where the streets of Paris became battlegrounds for a new future. Yet, from the turmoil emerged a new social and political landscape, one that would influence generations to come. This revolution wasn't just about France. Its impact rippled across continents, challenging the status quo everywhere. Its tremors were felt across the globe, inspiring both fear and admiration. It inspired movements for change, igniting the flames of revolution in other lands. The revolution's legacy is complex and multifaceted, encompassing both the triumphs and tragedies of human ambition. It left an indelible mark on France and the world, a testament to the power of collective action. It ignited the flames of democracy and nationalism, ideas that continue to shape our world today. It also showed the dangers of unchecked revolutionary fervor, a cautionary tale of the perils of extremism. The French Revolution is a reminder that even in the darkest of times, hope for a better future can emerge. It is a story of resilience and the enduring human spirit. It is a testament to the power of the human spirit to fight for freedom and equality, a legacy that continues to inspire us today. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating historical tales. The French Revolution didn't happen overnight. It was a complex and multifaceted event that took years to unfold, driven by a combination of social, economic, and political factors that had been simmering for decades. It was the culmination of years of simmering discontent among the French populace. The common people were growing increasingly frustrated with their living conditions and the stark inequalities that defined their society. France was a powder keg waiting to explode. The streets of Paris and other cities were filled with tension as the gap between the rich and the poor became ever more pronounced. The spark came from a multitude of factors. Firstly, France was deeply divided. The social structure was rigid and hierarchical, creating a sense of injustice and resentment among the lower classes. The society was split into three estates. The first estate consisted of the clergy, the second estate was made up of the nobility, and the third estate included everyone else. The clergy and nobility enjoyed vast privileges. They lived in luxury, often at the expense of the common people, and had significant influence over the king and the government. They were exempt from most taxes, which meant that the financial burden of supporting the state fell disproportionately on the third estate. The burden fell on the shoulders of the third estate. This included peasants, artisans, merchants, and even wealthy bourgeois who, despite their wealth, had little political power or social standing. This included everyone else: peasants, artisans, merchants, and even wealthy bourgeois. They were the backbone of the French economy. Yet they had the least say in how the country was run. Secondly, France was in a financial crisis. The country was drowning in debt, and the government's attempts to reform the tax system were met with fierce resistance from the privileged classes. Decades of extravagant spending by the monarchy had drained the treasury. The opulent lifestyle of the royal court at Versailles was a stark contrast to the poverty experienced by the common people. Louis XVI's involvement in the American Revolution further worsened the situation. The financial support provided to the American colonies in their fight for independence added to France's already crippling debt. The French economy teetered on the brink of collapse. Inflation was rampant, and the cost of living was rising, making it increasingly difficult for ordinary people to afford basic necessities. Thirdly, new ideas were sweeping across Europe. The Enlightenment brought a wave of intellectual and philosophical change that challenged traditional authority and promoted new ways of thinking about society and governance. The Enlightenment emphasized reason, individual rights, and popular sovereignty. These ideas were revolutionary and provided a powerful ideological foundation for those seeking change. Thinkers like Voltaire and Rousseau challenged the absolute authority of the monarchy. They argued for a society based on equality, justice, and the rule of law, rather than the whims of a single ruler. Their ideas resonated with the French people who were yearning for change. The writings of these philosophers were widely read and discussed, fueling the desire for a more just and equitable society. Lastly, a series of bad harvests in the late 1780s led to food shortages and skyrocketing prices. The agricultural crisis exacerbated the already dire economic situation, pushing the common people to the brink of desperation. The common people, already burdened by taxes, faced starvation. The lack of food and the high prices made it impossible for many to feed their families, leading to widespread hunger and suffering. Their anger and frustration reached a boiling point. The combination of social inequality, financial crisis, new political ideas, and food shortages created a perfect storm that ultimately led to the French Revolution.